Okay, first thing to mention is the last two videos on the arpeggios, like the chord practice stuff. I think it was, what is it? The Ionian and the Phrygian one. You have those marked as private, so I couldn't watch them. So if you want to change those over to unlisted, I can watch them. So one thing I was hearing with the demonstration for number one, the rhythm was correct. Actually, it sounded better the faster you got this time. At the beginning, there's a lot of rushed playing. So, gotta smooth out the strumming at the slower speeds and lay back on it more. Because a lot of times, like, you're kind of getting ahead of the beat or almost ahead of the beat, and it's like you're strumming a little bit too. I don't know if violence the right word, or like kind of a jerking kind of motion. It's like pop, pop, instead of just a smooth flow. We need that smooth flow going on. So with both 1 and 2 this week, we're getting into the end territory with, or the final stuff with eighth note chord strumming before we move into the next thing, which would be the single note, single string playing with the eighth notes. So I want to change how you submit stuff if and when you get to like one of those maximum speed things, like the 240 is what we have been doing, and that could work for this. Although the number is going to decrease like the speed, because eventually it's going to be almost all upstrokes, all upbeat stuff, and that's damn near impossible to like have lined up perfectly at a really fast speed, because it's just, yeah, you'll see. But so let's say you get to 240 with 1 and 2 here. I want you to also like demonstrate like going up in 20s for it. So let's say you're going to play number 1 here at the 240. Now you can work your way back down. You can go like down in 20s on the videos. Like, all right, you just played it at 240. Well, drop it down to 220 and do it again. Drop it down to 200 and do it again, and then work your way all the way back to 60. So kind of maybe do that. Or if you hit it at 240, you can start the video and just show it at 60, 80, 100, and all the way up, going up in 20s. Because I want to hear how you're doing, with these things at slower speeds. Because again, with the demonstration for number 1, things are being rushed, and I want to make sure you can smooth that out. So, that being said, let's get into this. So we're starting with constant eighth notes being strummed, and then everything on the upbeat. So constant eighth notes, all on the upbeat, and that's the pattern throughout. So what I'm hoping happens here is doing the steady eighth notes will help smooth out the strumming, get you more spaced, or get things spaced more evenly. And then when you go into the all upstrokes, hopefully that will help you keep things in sync. So with those upstrokes, this is where, or the upbeat stuff, this is where things get really challenging, because when you got all these downbeats that you're skipping and you're trying to play in the middle of the click, it gets very easy for those upstrokes to drift into the oncoming downbeat. Because a lot of times what happens is people will start doing their upstrums when the metronome clicks on the faster speeds. So we got to be really careful of that. So here we go. 60. And counting the beat numbers you don't play on here can actually be very helpful. I just remembered another rhythm we haven't done yet. We will do that. We're going to focus on this for now, because I think it'll be helpful in getting things smoothed out with the rhythm. But yeah, saying like the 1, 2, 3, and 4 beats, when you're not playing on those, can be helpful to make sure you don't forget what beat you're playing on. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. see, just nice, smooth strumming the whole time. I thought I had something else there. I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh. See if it comes back to me later. 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's right. At the slower speeds, I tap the body of the guitar on the downbeats I'm not playing on to help me have better timing. So that's something you can try. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 200. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, like already that's starting to drift into the oncoming downbeat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know what? I'm going to stop there on this one. So let's do that. You get to 200. That'll be the top speed for number 1. That's very challenging. All right, number 2. So this one, we have a downbeat that we play on at the beginning of every bar, and everything else will be all upstrokes. 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. $120. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's the wrong chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm gonna go to 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's go 200 to go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. All right, let's call it there for that one as well. So 200, that'll be like the max speed for 1 and 2 this week. Theory thing to do this time. This will be another fill all these things in. You got one line done, for example. So we're going to start working with inversions, and found this is a pretty neat way of being able to quickly figure out what the inversion is. So you got the power chord, and then you turn it into the first inversion, or the first inversion triad, right? So, actually doesn't sound too bad with distortion. eventually we'll throw in some these kinds of chords with the rhythm stuff. Not a lot of metal bands do that, using actual triad chords in this manner, but they sound really neat. Anyway, so yeah, we got the fifth chord. So in order to get the first inversion major chord, we take the root note or the bass note of that power chord and we go up a major third. And then to get the minor chord, we go up a minor third. So we just move that one up, and then the other two stay the same. And that's what's going on here. So E5, take the root note, move it up a step and a half, the E minor over G. F5, take the root note, move it up 2 whole steps or the major third. And then we have our F over A, and then G5. Move that up 2 whole steps. G over B. A5. Go up a step and a half or the minor third. We got the A minor over C. And then here we have the B5 flat 5. I hate that name. Really wish it was called a B diminished fifth. But anyway, the B5 flat 5. So take that root note, move it up a minor third, and we got the B diminished over D, and then we also do that down here. So your goal is to, once you go through all that and make sure you understand what's happening, you go up to the the E string and do it again. So just following those Roman numerals and just inputting all those different chords. And then you go up to the A string, do the same thing, and then up to the D string, and then finally the G string, and then send that on over. All right, any questions come up, let me know, and I will see you again in your new videos.